Yo, what's going on, guys? DJ has here bringing you guys a movie review. This is episode 3, and this is going to be on Ted. You can see it's starring Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, and the voice of Ted is played by Seth MacFarlane, who is the creator of the movie as well. This is his movie debut, really. Like, this is the first. And look at this, Mila, beautiful Mila. Can't go wrong with her. One of my favorite actresses. I've been saying like years and years ago that she's going to be a big time star, and of course she's definitely fulfilled that, and she's definitely big time. So, crazy thing so this movie was directed by Seth MacFarlane, and it was his first movie that he's actually made, and we all know Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy, as well as a couple other TV shows out there, American Dad and Cleveland Show or whatever. But Family Guy is obviously what he's known for. Huge cult following. Family Guy originally came out years ago, and I want to say more than 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, because I know there's 10 seasons on DVD. I have every single one of the seasons to date that has been released in all 10 seasons or whatever it was. But when it originally came out, I remember it debuted on a Super Bowl, and then it didn't really do well, like for the first year or so or whatever it was, and so Fox canceled the show. And then once it released the DVD, it just gained this huge cult following. I think it was in like '97 or something like that. I honestly don't know. It was definitely a while ago. They gained this huge cult following, and then they actually brought the show back to air, which is just nuts. Probably one of the first time that's ever happened, and it's been just a huge success ever since. Huge Family Guy fan from my end, so being able to see what Seth is able to do with this movie was awesome. If you don't know the premise, it is about a teddy bear that comes to life and becomes a friend of, or best friends, if you will, of Mark Wahlberg's character. Seems like a really stupid premise, but the reality is the movie is hilariously funny. You have to be a fan of potty humor movies and know that there's just some literal potty humor in the movie. And here I am trying to PTFO and kill the guy on the flag. And it's always risky when you run out there. You never know if you're going to get killed. But I ended up getting back to my little spot right here and picking off another guy. But anyway, so Ted, phenomenally funny movie. Mark Wahlberg played a great character in the movie. Obviously, I believe it's they were in Boston or something like that, and Mark Wahlberg had his little Boston accent. And Mila Kunis is just, again, one of my favorites. So the fact that she was the played the girlfriend role was awesome. Definitely some big name starred attraction for this movie. But one thing for Mila Kunis, I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but Mila Kunis is actually the voice of Meg on Family Guy. And if you didn't know this, it's mind-blowing, because Meg is the super duper ugly girl with the glasses and the beanie, and everybody makes fun of her and calls her like more or less a boy, and everybody hates on her, and it's just so funny that Mila Kunis plays that character. Right here I get my orb stat, I think. But anyway, so the movie premise is kind of out there, but once you actually watch the movie, I love how, like, one thing that I want to mention is when you're watching the movie, look at the camera angles. And if you've already watched the movie, just watch the camera angles. The whole beginning sequence is just magical, how it kind of zooms in downwards and then like focuses in on their particular house and stuff. It just looks cool. It gives you like that feeling of like a I don't know, like a really fun Christmas type movie from the beginning, and then all of a sudden it gets into the pot smoking bear and all this other things, and the hookers and foul language. And one of the best scenes is when he's trying to get a job at the supermarket, and he just starts going off on the dude and just talking all sorts of crazy stuff. Just an all around funny movie. But I definitely recommend you watching it. You do probably have to be 18 or whatever. It is definitely a lot of potty humor, like I said. But I'm a huge fan of those type of movies. Dumb and Dumber is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think you have to be ashamed of watching dumb, stupid movies like these to be able to appreciate film, because I have a definite appreciation of film and movies in general. But the fact that I like to watch stupid movies like that, it's good to be versatile, and this is one of those definitely dumb movies. But in the end, it's all kind of nice and sweet, and everything kind of comes together. It's just kind of like the same thing, the same type of vibe that you get from Family Guy, because sometimes Family Guy has some. Look at that, dude! I ended up killing myself with my own swarm, and then the whole other team rage quit. So check this out. The game's gonna end here pretty soon, but. Yeah, man, thanks for the suggestion for doing the movie Ted to you guys in the comment section. Appreciate that. And if you guys have a comment for another movie for me to review, leave a comment, and I'll definitely consider them. Love watching movies. Definitely watched this one a while ago. Bought this one. Well, actually, I didn't buy it, but I ended up. I do have a copy of Ted, but Definitely just an awesome movie, and one of those ones that you can just watch over and over again because there's so much potty humor. Same thing with the Family Guy episodes, man. I can watch those over and over and over again because there's so much jam-packed comedy in those, and I think that's one thing that Seth MacFarlane brought to the table as a director. I cannot wait for another movie from him. Hopefully they'll have a sequel to Ted. And there it is. There's the end of the game because the stupid other team rage quit, as I called in my storm after I called him my storm, or my swarm, my storm. Have a good one, guys, and have a good Monday. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.